that's why these words are to be avoided. Next. In the outcome-based education, the most important thing to be understood by every teacher and the student is Bloom's taxonomy. What is taxonomy? Taxonomy is a scheme of classification. It was used in biology, and in biology, taxonomy is the science of naming, designing, classifying, grouping of biological organisms on the basis of shared consideration. This was used for animals and plants, etc. The same thing is used here in education. It provides a taxonomy of cognitive levels for learning objectives. Originally, this was suggested by Benjamin Bloom in 1956, a great psychologist, and his theory was applied in education. It was revised in 2001 by Anderson and Krathwohl. Bloom's taxonomy provides a classification that was cognitive level of learning objectives. And here there are 6 points. And you must look at from the bottom to top. First, recall. We go to a class. What do? First, we recall what we have taught in the previous class. Likewise, the student who has understood, who has got the knowledge, who has read the knowledge, that should be recalled first before he proceeds to the next. Recall, then understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, finally create. And to understand this, one by one, I have given the definition here. Next slide, please. You take first recall. Remember previously learned material. Very simple. Remember the previously learned material. Here, the verbs to be used are cite, label, name. Name the capitals of the states in India. Simple. That's how the verb is used. Reproduce, define, list, quote, identify, match. These are the things you have to recall. That is the first stage, preliminary stage. The next stage is understanding. You teach a particular subject, the student is expected to comprehend, grasp, assimilate the whole knowledge of the subject. That is grasping the meaning. And here, how can you elicit that information to the students? By using such verbs like explain, rephrase, substitute, convert, give example. All these things are given here. Then the third level is applying. Whatever knowledge they have comprehended and understood should be applied. They must be able to use that knowledge, learn a knowledge material in a new and concrete situation. And for that, these verbs are to be used. Like relate, solve, classify, predict, compute, prepare, etc. Next slide, please. K4, analyze. When you want to analyze a particular problem, you must break down into different parts, different components, so that you can understand better the structure. And here, ascertaining, diagnosing, distinguishing, associating, examining, differentiating, dissecting, determining, all these things are there to use that. Then, after analyzing, you evaluate. Evaluating means judging the value of the material for a given purpose. After analyzing the pros and cons, you form certain conclusions. You come to some judgment, assessment, and that is called evaluation. For that, appraise, conclude, judge, assess, contrast, deduce, compare, evaluate, etc. The last one is, when you do all these things, automatically the new knowledge will be created. Creation, creativity. Combining parts together to form a new whole. Combining, devising, compiling, synthesizing, revising, integrating, designing, rearranging, developing all these things. These are all the things with regard to Bloom's taxonomy. The last part is attainment of COs, PSOs and POs. How are you going to assess how much you have attained this course outcome, PS program specific outcome or program? While the method of computation of attainment of COs is not unique, you understand that there is no particular single method of computation of attainment. It's not unique. Each institution has to follow a well-defined direct method of computing. This COs, computing COs. Attainment, COs attainment, well-defined direct method of computing attainment based on direct students' performance in all assessment instruments like in-semester examination, end-semester examination, etc. And indirect method of computing COs through course exit surveys of the students. It's a general thing you have to understand. There is no unique method, established norm or procedure, single procedure for computation of attainments. Each institution can devise their own method. While doing that, direct method of computing course outcome with the help of internal and external marks, and also indirect method of computing through exit surveys are to be followed. And here, the attainment of COs includes, as I told you, evaluation of written examinations measured through scores, marks which they have obtained, pass percentage, secured in internal marks and end-semester examination. For attainment mapping is to be done by the office through a customized software. A customized software is available, and through that only this attainment of mapping is to be done. PSOs are what the graduates of a specific undergraduate program or postgraduate program should be able to do at the time of graduation. And here, the instruments which are helpful to compute or assess the PSOs are research projects, presentations, group discussions, excellence in competitive examinations, etc. And POs are, as I told you, graduate attributes, and they could be assessed through placement record, employees rating of employees' skills, etc. Last heading is limitations of OBE. What are the constraints? What are the challenges? What are the problems, limitations of outcome-based education? Outcome-based education reiterates on the outcomes which are only beliefs. Already I told you, there are only perceptions. There are only perceptions. So principles which are debatable, which could be discussed and contestable. Inclusion and emphasis on attitudes and values in the stated code is inappropriate. It is stated that the attitudes and values which are stated, which are included, which are given much importance, it is inappropriate. There is one argument. Framing of OBE elements itself, framing of outcome-based element itself requires a lot of mastery over the subject, innovation, futuristic ideas, clear understanding. All these things are required. Generally, seldom we come across great experts who have got mastery over OBE elements. This concept does not provide one single procedure. Earlier I told you, it does not provide one single procedure for achieving the outcome. And management of a large size of class, there is also a very big challenge. It is impossible to measure, to observe this outcome-based education. Lack of preparedness of the faculty. We have introduced OBE now. but the faculty is not prepared. They are not aware of even the basic concepts. And lastly, getting quality inputs from stakeholders is also not possible in the right perspective because there are a lot of difficulties and challenges in getting the quality input. These are the limitations of OBE. Now, I have taken up this subject from the beginning. I have given a broad outline, a backdrop of OBE, a short history of OBE, highlighting the higher education in the present scenario, the quality dimensions, learning outcome, the initiative taken by UGC for quality assurance, quality sustenance, and the Washington Accord. Then I have explained you what is outcome-based education, POs, PSOs, COs, then action verbs, Bloom's taxonomy, then the method of attainment of POs, PSOs, and COs, and finally I have told you the constraints or limitations of OBE. With this, I conclude my address. I thank you for your patient listening. Thank you all.
Super, sir.